You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Minutes ago, President Biden addressed the nation on the ongoing protests happening across the country. He addressed the right to free speech, but he also expressed concerns about violent protests. Take a listen.
Let me be clear. Peaceful protest in America. Violent protest is not protected. Peaceful protest is. It's against the law when violence occurs. Destroying property is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law. Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduations. None of this is a peaceful protest. There is no place for hate speech or violence of any kind, whether it's anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or discrimination against Arab Americans or Palestinian Americans.
And the president reiterated there's a right to protest, but also a right to get an education and the right to walk across the campus safely without fear of being attacked. Meanwhile, police across the country are taking more action as clashes between people continue to break out on campuses nationwide. This video from the UCLA campus shows police dismantling an encampment and detaining people. Hundreds of protesters ignored police orders to leave about 24 hours after pro-Israel protesters entered the campus. And here you can see a group of pro-Israel protesters ripping away the barrier of an encampment of pro-Palestinian protesters on UCLA's campus overnight. People shooting pepper spray at each other during the clash. Meanwhile, happening now on George Washington University campus, a live look as Jewish students rallying in front of the Duke Hall on George Washington University campus. Take a listen.
Over the past month, we've watched as campuses across the country descend into chaos. Students at this country's finest universities have rallied around Hamas. They've stalked, harassed, and assaulted Jewish students, whose only crime was to wear a Star of David necklace. No more.
Well, some of those students also say that they've been attacked by some of their classmates. Well, protests at George Washington University have entered the 8th day, and for now, the campus is a very different scene than some other schools around the country. DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is on campus and explains how congressional leaders are now putting more pressure on the district to clear them out.
Earlier this morning, protesters were chanting here after D.C. police entered the encampment to remove barricades that were here in the middle of University Yard. You can see protesters have now replaced it with this sign. Now, Republican congressional leaders are calling on the mayor to clear out these protesters, or else they say Congress will step in.
We ain't going nowhere!
Here's a look at the scene earlier this morning. Protesters chanting when police moved into the encampment to remove those barricades. They shouted cops off this campus now, saying they are not afraid and they are not leaving. This comes a day after Republican leaders were heckled and shouted down as they threatened to pull federal funding from George Washington University if the encampment is not cleared out. They declared the protesters are illegally trespassing. They criticized the mayor for not doing more to clear the encampment.
The people united will never be defeated.
They say Jewish students do not feel safe on campus, but pro-Palestine protesters here are calling for a free Palestine. They are demanding GWU divest from any businesses helping to fund the Israel-Hamas war. They say they are prepared to face arrest and suspension for their cause.
It's very disrespectful. We have Jewish students, many whom have approached me today, who fear for the safety of their lives by the comments that are being made.
The continued conflation between anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism is, once again, a diversion tactic. We are here for concrete reasons, and we are standing strong on our principles.
The mayor says she supports peaceful protests. Meanwhile, protesters here say that so far, 8 students have now been suspended in connection to these protests. For now, in Northwest D.C., Liberty Zabala, D.C. News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Virginia's Attorney General Jason Miyares is promising to take action against some of the protesters at Virginia Commonwealth University. Take a listen.
For those cowards that assaulted our police officers, we will use every resource to track you down. We will find you, and we'll make sure there's consequences to your actions.
And officials say that 13 people, including 6 students, were arrested at this demonstration. VCU says that setting up structures on the lawn violates policy, and repeated requests to comply were refused. Meantime, in an open letter about the university's response to deploying police, faculty, staff, and students said in part, quote, "The outsized police response approved by the president and university leadership placed our students, their well-being, and their success at this university at risk," end quote. Virginia State Police and Richmond Police both said that they only assisted VCU Police, the leading agency, with the protest. VSP said that none of its officers used aerosol irritants. And the House passed legislation to establish a broader definition of anti-Semitism. It would classify statements targeting the state of Israel as anti-Semitic. Now, the bill passed with large bipartisan support, and it would codify the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance's definition of anti-Semitism into Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. If signed into law, the bill would broaden the legal definition of anti-Semitism to include the targeting of the state of Israel conceived as a Jewish collectivity. And critics say that the move would have a major effect on free speech throughout college campuses. All right, let's talk weather. Who better to talk to than weather forecaster Brittany Ward, who's in for Damon this afternoon with the latest check on the forecast. Damon, not Damon, I'm sorry. Damon is, well, I know where Damon is now.
He's enjoying life.
He's enjoying life. But Brittany, how are things looking for the rest of the day?
You know, honestly, Mark, today is going to be a beautiful day out there. We're going to be dealing with mostly sunny skies out there and warm temperatures. So overall, get outside and enjoy your Thursday. Satellite and radar showing you we are quiet across much of the DMV. We're holding on to a few clouds, though, as you head further west along the mountain counties, but everywhere else, we're just seeing some high-level clouds. That will be the trend as we head through the rest of your day. Now, zooming satellite and radar out to kind of show you the overall picture. We are going to be keeping an eye out on a backdoor cold front. This will be moving through as we head through your Thursday evening. This could spark up a stray shower, mainly along the mountain counties or just west of them, but the rest of the district and even the DMV will be staying dry. But what we're going to be keeping our eye out on is this storm system off to the west. That will be moving in, and that's going to be providing us with our next rainmaker across the area. So temperature-wise, it's looking beautiful out there. We're already in the 80s across much of the area. 85 currently in D.C., 81 as you head over there to Hagerstown, 82 in Martinsburg. But the big story today will be challenging records. Record heat will be on the horizon as we head through the afternoon. So keep it here. We'll let you know how high we could get as we head through your day today, coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brittany, thank you. The 2024 presidential election season has started, and many can vote early in Maryland. DC News Now's Jan Marisa Say is at a voting center in Silver Spring with what people can expect today.
Early voting in Maryland has officially begun, and several people are making their way to the Civic Building in Silver Spring to do just that. Now, more than 4 million registered voters in Maryland have the chance to cast their ballots starting May 2nd up until May 9th at 8 p.m. And Board of Election officials say they're prepared and ready to go. The 2024 election season is here, and many are choosing to cast their ballots early.
We live in a democracy, and it's really important to choose the people who are going to best represent us and make this country strong. Why did I come out today? Just to make sure that I got it done.
In Maryland, each county has an early voting site opening up today, May 2nd, to next Thursday, May 9th, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Now, early voting is open to anyone interested, but once you vote early, you cannot do a mail-in ballot or vote on Election Day for the presidential primaries on May 14th. Now, if you're not registered and want to vote early, you can do so by arriving to an early voting site in your county to register and also to cast your ballot the same day. Voters will get the chance to vote for those running for president, U.S. Senate, Congress, and even county leaders. And the last day to cast your ballot for early voting is May 9th at 8 p.m.
I would encourage people not to wait until the last few hours of the last day, which is when the lines will be the longest. So if you have a choice of any of these 8 days, try to pick anything other than after dinner on Thursday, May 9th, and you probably will not run into a line.
We've been preparing for months. We have very excellent, well-trained staff at every one of these centers. We'll be able to answer any one of your questions. and make people feel at ease about the process.
Now, early voting closes on May 9th at 8 p.m. and Election Day for the primaries will be held on May 14th. We're now reporting in Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm Jean-Marie Sasay, DC News Now.
Marie, thank you. West Virginia early voting is also underway. The polls opened to voters yesterday and will close on May 11th before the primary on May 14th. While positions up for grabs include the race for governor, senator, and the Attorney General's office. And in Virginia, early voting begins tomorrow. The last day to vote early is June 15th. The primary is on June 18th, and one Senate seat is up for re-election. Well, with the cost for essentials remaining high, many people are looking for savings for the upcoming summer. The National Retail Federation says that consumer spending has slowed recently, and it also says that higher interest rates and tighter credit conditions mean that consumers are likely to avoid big-ticket items. Now, during this time of the year, eyes are on flights and travel experiences and dining out and even utility bills to keep cool. And to get last-minute savings, start with your home energy usage. You can turn off your air conditioning when you're not at home. I do that. Use fans to help circulate the AC. Switch to LED bulbs and move heat-emitting devices like TVs away from thermostats. And for travel, use cashback apps for gas discounts like Upside and Gas Buddy. You can also take Amtrak during off-peak hours for discounts. And for flights, download apps that track prices in real time and can predict if costs will go up or down. Apps like Hopper and Google Flights can be of help.